We are back again with Inside the Lens podcast. Today, we got the person with the coldest name of a production company I've ever heard. They even got a beat tag. Like, that is so hard.
Thank you.
We are here with the creator of My Friends and I Made This. Drop the tag, nerd. Woo!
My friends and I made this for you.
Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. All right, so welcome to the podcast.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
This is going to be the start of the video, but we've been talking for like an hour about shenanigans. So, how are you?
I'm good. I'm having fun shenanigan with you so far.
That's because if you shenan once, you're going to shenan again.
You're going to keep shenanigan.
And I'm on like my 10th shenanigan for the day.
That's good.
So,
that's a good amount. You know? By lunchtime, I'm like, that's a good amount of shenanigan to do. You know,
just measure your shenanigans.
It's funny you mentioned like the beat tag too, because so Mastermind, I was with him when I was telling him about the name, and I'm like, I really want to have like a producer audio.
Nah,
tag.
that's hard.
And he's like, you're gonna make music? I'm like, no, not really, but it's just in my, I guess in another life it would be cool to be a rapper or a producer. So I'm like, let me just bring it in now and kind of get that seed planted.
In my past life, I was in the studio, so it was fun.
Yeah, for sure. But it's fun just like putting it at the beginning of a video, having that just kind of echo into.
No, that's definitely hard. I started regretting naming things after myself.
Yeah.
I was like, damn, maybe I should do something different.
No, I love what you do. And it's like with you, it's so straightforward. With me, there are a surprising amount of people who have no idea that I'm connected to it at all. So it's like, okay, on production, they're like, who are the friends? Like, who's the I? I'm like, well, I'm the I, and these are the friends. Like, obviously, like,
these are my folks.
Yeah, these are my people. We always joke, I mean, maybe I shouldn't put this in here, but we joke that like an alternate to it, like a moonlighting of the production company could be like my niggas and me. Instead of my friends.
That's hard. That's hard. So hey, like, push the needle.
2025, my niggas and me. But we're like, maybe let's establish.
You shooting all music videos, just non-stop.
Yeah, no, it's literally that. Literally that. I'm like, you know what?
What made you say, you know what? I want to start a production company.
I have loved production, video, telling stories through a lens since I was a little kid. But in the vein of like making money, I went to business school, did the corporate thing for a while, and I was always like, look, once I've got my fill here, I'll kind of venture into the video world. And there was a point I was doing them both. Like I was working at Tesla, and then I was working at Red Bull, and I was still on the side making documentaries and making videos, and it just got to this point. I was busy as shit, and like I like being busy. Like I like having things to do, but I'm really not built for like busy all the time, overstimulated. Like I really can't do that. And at a certain point, I was like, okay, I gotta choose one. I gotta either stay here, rise up the corporate ladder, or like really go all in on this video stuff. But like having it be this side hustle is draining me, and I have to really make a choice. And at that point, I was 26. So I was like, look, the corporate world's not going anywhere. It still hasn't gone anywhere. Surprise, surprise.
It's the same.
Yeah. So I was like, you know what? Let me just go all in, and like, what's the worst that can happen?
Worst case scenario, you can go back.
Exactly. And the best case scenario is that I love it and make more and get to create. So that was summer of 2019. So it'll be 5 years full time.
Oh, how was COVID?
It's a great time. Like, how was COVID? Yeah, you know what? So since I have a marketing background, during COVID, I really just fell back on marketing consulting. So a lot of companies, like, they're like, what do we do? And I just got on Upwork as a marketing consultant and just got a couple contracts, didn't leave the house, and just kind of did their marketing plans for them. So I kind of pivoted away from video during that time. Yeah. But still dropping stuff I wanted to drop. But it was tough because everything shut down. And at this point, I do commercial work. But at the time, I was doing like event recap, like places where you have to physically be there. Yeah, and everything. You know, they were like, if everyone wears a mask, and even me, I was like, I don't want to be around you.
No, literally,
like,
literally, because people didn't even know how to wear the mask.
They didn't, and they didn't want. And we're in, Missouri, and they didn't want to. Yeah, and I'm like, if I wear one, I don't even know what's going on with y'all. Something's brewing.
I caught COVID a bunch of times because I worked during the pandemic. I was doing shoots. My first wedding, it was so like, I don't know. We were literally all 6 feet apart. I think it might have been 60 of us in this huge hall. I was just like, why are we even doing this?
Why? Like, you have to get married this bad?
Why can't we wait? I said, so the wedding party, y'all just do what y'all, you know what, whatever. It was an interesting time during COVID. I think I started tiptoeing and like coaching and like courses and stuff. Cool. Because it's really like, again, how do you work without being present when you're in a field where, like, I kind of need my camera in front of this person?
Exactly. So. Yeah, I love seeing your courses pop up and stuff like that. I haven't taken one yet because I'm like, I be thinking I know everything. But I was like,
thinking that too.
But I'm like, the course model is a good model.
Yeah,
and you actually have information to give people that's useful, so you're not just selling random.
What I realized is, like, as intelligent people, we be like, oh yeah, we can figure that shit out. But what people are paying for is just like convenience. Yeah, like everything else.
Everything
it's just
convenience.
Is there. It's like, because you don't know what you don't know until you realize, damn, I didn't know that.
Exactly.
Or you can have somebody tell you right then. I know people making millions on courses a month.
It's crazy. That's like, crazy.
A month.
That's if I had the discipline, I
think my highest month might have been like 5 figures.
Yeah.
Just online courses. And then I got to the point where I realized I could sell anything. So I had a free video on YouTube. It was like a 15-minute training video. I was like, you know what? Let me put a paywall on it and see what happens. $7. People was buying it.
Wow.
I was shocked.
That's amazing.
I said, what y'all doing?
Supply and demand.
Why don't you go to YouTube? It's still on YouTube. It's still up on YouTube. It's still up on YouTube right now. And you pay $7.
Everybody go check it out.
But thank you. Just scroll after this video.
Like, pay this man. That's like pretty incredible. Seriously. Because a lot of people in St. Louis aren't doing that. Like, and it's straightforward in the sense of, like, if you have the info, you have the time, you have the capability to film it yourself, put it, like, that's what you need to have to do it. And it's like, I don't think there's anybody else in St. Louis doing that. Not that I know of.
I can't say starting the online, like, courses and, like, coaching, it was 100% the hardest project I've ever done in my life.
Really?
In my life.
Why?
I guess because I was doing everything. One, I was so new to it. Like, I've run ads, I do marketing and stuff. But it was like, I'm selling information. And I think it was a learning curve on me. Because I was thinking, like, why y'all don't know this? Like, what do you mean you don't know it? I learned it. You can learn it.
No, like, this is how they're going to learn it.
Literally.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know what? Put your judgment aside. But I had to learn so many software, so many platforms, ways to talk to people. Because, people learn in different ways. You got audio, you got visuals. Some people need documents. And I'm sorry, if you need PDFs and stuff, I don't have it.
It's not the PDF.
I'm not in Canva. Like, you could talk to me. I'm not doing it. But it was extremely hard because then you had to see who wanted it. Like, you got to find the audience who wants that, just like with any business. Like, what audience can I produce videos for? What audience can I do this type of content for? So it was interesting, but I made it out.
Yeah.
We made it out.
No, it's impressive. I think it's pretty cool. And, I don't know. This info, it's like, we're in the information age. Like, there was industrial age, whatever. We're in the information age. Actually going into the artificial intelligent age.
Which is crazy.
Have you used, like, AI stuff with your
I
workflow
just
yet?
recently, so I don't edit for the most part. Like, sometimes I edit, but I just did a shoot last week, and the cicadas were, like, crazy. The sound was awful. God. It was absolutely terrible. Yes.
Oh, shit.
And I'm just sitting here, and the producer was like, what do you think? I said, I ain't gonna hold you. We can finish the shoot.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Like I said, I'm 90% sure we got to reshoot. 99%. I went in Premiere. They got a speech enhanced AI. Completely removed the cicadas.
Wow.
Completely. Like, it sounded like this.
Wow.
I said,
I'm going to have to seize that.
Just AI.
Because even air conditioning, whatever.
Like, they'll take it out. So me having a sound background, I was thinking, like, worst case scenario, I record some cicadas, invert it, and try and, like, take it out.
Yeah.
Which is going to be a little work. I pressed one button.
Wow.
And it was done.
Shout out to Premiere.
Shout out to Premiere. But that's also scary.
It is. You want to know? Well, actually, I can't say it because it's a friend who's in DA, whatever. How do I put this? Yeah, so I have a friend who's working on a documentary for a big famous musician. And they need some sound bites from this individual that do not exist. So they take and have taken that artist's voice, like the speaking voice interviews, and just wrote the script, have it speak, and they're having it, just for the drafts or whatever, but even seeing that. But then my other friend who works at Bruton, she had me on the mic, and she had me just say, like, a couple sentences, and then had me say that exact same sentence, like, played it back, speaking Japanese, speaking French, and I'm, like, hearing my voice speaking these languages that I have no idea how to speak, even because I speak Spanish, but, like, even typing it in, having me speak perfect Spanish as if I'd actually grown up. You know what I mean? I was like, wait, this is weird. Like, hearing my own voice back to me activated something, like, the most human part of me that was, like, the survival instinct of, like, oh, this is not of God. You know what I mean? I'm like, oh.
Just stop it all.
Like, this is a soulless version of, like, it's weird. It's, like, it's weird, but it's scary how convenient it is. And how, like, we're suckers for convenience. We're... like, that's what I'm drawn to, is, like, what can make my workflow easier. And even what you just said about sound, I'm like, yeah, I usually would shoot an audio file over to one of my audio guys, have them clean it up, whatever, and I still want to have them do that. But I'm like, look, if you click a button and you're good.
I literally clicked a button. I was like, I guess I could EQ it at least.
Yeah.
Like, it was nothing
a little razzle dazzle.
But it's interesting how, like, technology is advancing so much. Like, when I coach, like, photographers, I tell them, like, on your events, I got this software. You just run it through it, edits all your photos. 2 minutes.
What?
2 minutes. So I uploaded about 3,000 of my. I'm probably at like 9,000 now. Okay. You upload your own edits from like your software, and then it just mirrors it. Wow. So like entire weddings, I roll it through the software. 5 minutes later, the gallery's done.
Do you have to feed into it like? What am I trying to say? For example, if you're doing a wedding, you edit a couple photos from it and then you feed it through so it knows that style, or like other photos that you've done?
I go through, so they got an option where, because obviously a wedding, I got like 2,000 photos.
Yeah.
They got an option where they can select the better photos for you, like eyes, lighting, framing. I used it once and it was in the beta phase. It was terrible. So I was like, I'm never doing it again. Maybe next year. But I literally just remove out the photos I don't want, upload it. Wow. 5 minutes later, I get an email, so your edits are ready. Download it, and then I look through it again. I might tweak it, but literally, and it tells you how many hours it saved you.
Oh my God!
It's like, this saved you 8 hours on this gallery.
That's so. It's like there's two parts of my brain. One is so excited about that. The other is absolutely petrified, like, for the state of creatives. You know?
No, yeah, for sure. Like, when people talk about AI stealing our jobs, no, you kind of gotta make it your job.
Yeah, you gotta figure out how to
make it work for you. But it's interesting because, like, who owns this? What's the copyright behind it? Like, do we sell this?
And do you read the whole, like,
never
thing that you check?
Never.
I think we have to start. Like, I think now is the time.
I see, like, it's some people on TikTok, they read it and break it down.
Great.
So just, give me a 60-second TikTok and I'm cool.
Right, but then what if they're... I'm going to start sounding like Terrence Howard. What if they're under the payroll of the people? You know what I mean? They're like, no.
They working with them, man. Like, you can't trust them, man.
You know?
Tell me this fell out your pocket, man.
Right? Like, who is this person? Like, no, it's safe to sign it. All it says is...
No.
You know what I mean? I'm like, who are you, though?
When I do that with my own contracts, they be like, yeah. I'm like, well, I'm going to tell you. It basically means this. But you can read it.
Yeah. How long are your contracts?
I don't know.
Like several? Like
yes. Yeah, okay. No, it's pages.
Like
it's some scrolling.
Okay.
It's some scrolling in there.
I keep mine at like 2 or 3 because I'm like, I don't even want to read it.
I'm between 10 to 20 pages.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, I need to beef up my contracts, apparently.
Like, it's because, I think it might be because I started like in wedding industries. So like, mind you, I might have had this date blocked for 2 years. And then if y'all didn't get married, don't really have anything to do with me.
Right, that's true.
Like,
you're not getting this money back.
It's like, oh yeah, we're actually not going through with it. That payment going through.
Right. Yeah.
He didn't give me enough time. You can't tell me 2 weeks before he cheated.
Of course, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Which is crazy.
Like, oh, condolences.
I'm sorry. But what I never tell people is, like, if they hit me up, say, well, hey, can you do this shoot? I'm 100% doing it.
Yeah.
Like, only one person has done it. Say, hey, can I get some headshots? I'm like, yeah, come on, when you ready. Yeah. You already paid me a couple $1,000. Sorry it didn't work out for you.
Yeah.
But yeah, go get these headshots.
Well, yeah, for your Tinder profile.
You have a divorce party or something?
No, like, honestly, that would be ideal. So if you already spent all this money, just get your friends.
We finna kick it.
Let's kick it.
Like, the venue is still open.
Bring some Bud Light, you know.
All right.
That's my last Bud Light shot.
You know, I had a Bud Lights. I got like a 12-pack over there. If y'all want to come to the studio, it's Bud Light.
Fantastic.
I don't keep it. It's probably expired, to be honest.
Oh my God.
It's been there. It's been there a while.
What's a while?
I stopped my contract with them in like June of last year.
Okay.
All that long beard, like
I'm after this. Like I'm so tempted to like let's just look really quick. Cause it's May 30th of 2024. What we got?
4.25% alcohol.
Okay.
Maybe I needed the Bud Light.
You look like you're about to shotgun it.
Hell no. My college friends used to do that. And I was just like, this is not... Do these expire?
Yeah. Right?
December.
Of what year?
2023.
Wow. Wait. You should...
Y'all want a Bud Light?
Yum. You gotta water the plants or something, get them drunk.
Put it on a barbecue grill or something.
That's a good idea, actually. Use it to marinate.
Speaking of barbecue, my friends and I ever barbecued.
Like me personally?
You ever had a production barbecue?
So I just have like people in my backyard all the time. So kind of, yeah, like after a production. Because that's the thing with my friends and I being the name. It's like, it actually feels like my friends. It's just like, it's not people that after we wrap, it's like, all right, see you later.
Let me know on the next one.
Yeah, like typically we'll either go back to my studio or maybe people will come to my house, and in the backyard we do have a grill. So I live in a duplex, and the grill is technically like the other guy's grill.
So you stealing?
Well, no, he lets me use it, but I think I made him
you give him a plate?
We cook for him all the time. me and my girlfriend, whenever we're cooking, he can smell it, so we actually do make him a plate pretty often.
Okay.
Like,
I mean,
definitely
that's a cool
weekly.
neighbor to have.
Definitely, and he's great, and he fixes stuff because I'm not gonna do any of that. Like, oh, the dryer's not working. Like, what am I gonna do about that? No, I'm not gonna do anything about that. Like, there's a bump in the night. What am I gonna do about that? That's his job. Yeah, we got the dinner rolls real strong. You know, like me and my girlfriend are like, hey, like, can you go check on that? But anyway, like, I was using his grill. And I guess I didn't realize that I kept the gas on. Oh. So, yeah, I know. Right. I know. Yeah. So he comes back. He's like, well, exactly. He's like, what does that smell? And, like, people were about to smoke. He was like, no one light anything. So since then, I haven't used his grill because unless he's there. Because I trust myself, but I'm like, wow, that could have been bad. So anyway, we do barbecue sometimes. And I make, like, I'm a big, like, branzini. I make like branzini fish, rice and beans. Like, I love to cook. So legitimately, yeah. After I back up the footage, everybody comes on over.
Hey, pull up.
Right, yeah. And like sometimes we're like extra as shit. Like a couple times we've done like we'll set up a DJ table, get the lights.
Yeah,
like,
kicking it.
Yeah, for sure. It's like if you have a backyard, why not like use it in that way?
My friends and I hit the club.
Yeah. You know, I'm like, besides Sophie's, I don't like go out here. Like, I'm a Sophie's, Brennan's kind of sippy
I can see that. Look casual, cool.
Just kind of chill. I just want to sit down
and talk. Take it there.
Yeah. You bring the club to sip.
My friends and I take it there. We probably get like 3 bottles starting off here.
Like, why not? Just get a couple, get some Bud Lights and just...
Not these Bud Lights, because they expired.
Yeah, maybe some others.
My friends and I do not drink these.
Not at all. But yeah, what about you? You barbecue?
So my friends and I, we stay downtown. That is... It's so cool. It's so cool. So my friends and I, I just got a text talking about organizing a kickball tournament. Cool. Like, we just do shenanigans. I told you, like, 10 shenanigans by lunch. Yeah. We in a good spot. I used to throw brunches at the house all the time.
Really?
I would spend like $200 on liquor and just say, bring some food. Cool. Nobody really bought food. So it would be like maybe 2 pancakes and then like mimosas, tequila, whiskey. I should do it again, but I stopped it during COVID. I was like, all right, y'all tripping.
Yeah.
We like 100 deep in here.
Yeah.
But we would barbecue on the roof. It's a gas grill.
Okay.
And my neighbor Jazz, she would do most of the barbecue. I'm like, hey, make sure we turn this gas off. Because it's like on the roof of a building downtown.
Oh, damn.
That could be bad.
They got to have some protocols.
It's a sign.
It says turn off the gas?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's good enough. Like, what else can you do?
If you look at the sign, you see the sign. Right. You know what I'm saying?
Man, if the Joker was real, would go crazy in this city.
Yeah, 100%.
I'm like,
man, what? This is Gotham.
Right, yeah. It really is. Oh my God, it really is. This place is nuts.
I just saw, I think it was Vince Staples said Batman only fought crackheads. And it's been living in my mind rent free. I was like, all those people were like definitely meth heads.
They weren't doing well.
Yeah, the Joker, that's meth.
Yeah, you think so?
That's meth.
It's giving Yeah, meth with like a dose of schizophrenia, but
like meth made it.
Yeah,
happen.
exactly. Like meth induced schizophrenia. Yeah, no, this place is definitely Gotham, and I travel a lot. So like, that's why I like being based here for a lot of reasons. Mainly because my family, my friends are here, and I just like it.
Less expensive.
It's not very expensive. If I told you what I paid for my big ass house, like I got in on COVID pricing. It's not, not even $1,000. Like,
it's paid off already.
Yeah, pretty much. You know, I'm like, look, this is cool, but like when I come back here from other places, like. The switch, like the mental, physical.
Oh, you feel it.
Yeah, I'm
as
like.
As soon as you touch down, it's like, let me get fake angry.
Exactly. Yeah, I'm like, what
are you looking at? I have to make the just the cognitive switch when I travel.
Yeah.
Like, all right, fix your eyebrows, relax your cheeks.
Yeah,
like
be nice.
They not mad at you.
They're not mad. Everything's okay.
Hey, how's it going? What? My bad.
And it's so like I was in Lisbon, Portugal, which is one of the safest places. Apparently, everyone's like, it's so safe here. I'm like, what am I supposed to do?
How do you know that?
Exactly. I'm like, how do you know it's safe? You know, but I'm walking around like looking behind me, whatever, and the people I'm with are like, it's cool, like everything's cool.
Nah,
like, no.
it's natural.
Yeah.
Just gotta pay attention. We shenan in other countries as well. So. Mexico not safe. Yeah. We started a fight in Bali. Wasn't safe.
Started a fight in Bali.
A bar fight. It was some Australians.
Did you start it?
I didn't start it. I'm not a fighter. I'm a talker.
Oh, okay.
Like I usually talk people out the situations.
Nice. Okay.
Like all right, let's diffuse this. But yeah, we still have to look over our shoulders because we be tripping.
Not a fight in Bali with some Australians.
Yeah, because when we went there. Everybody was like, hey, mate. And I was like, did we land in the wrong part of town? But Australia was like 2 hours away. I said, oh, so this is Mexico. Literally.
I've never thought about it that way.
Like, anytime we want to go somewhere, we go to Mexico. Yeah. Go to Caribbean. Not Miami. That water's green.
Yeah. I know. I'm like, Miami's cool.
Something's going on in that water.
Yeah.
All right, productions.
Right. That's where my girl is from. So whenever I'm there, I'm just like, like this is.
I liked Miami because it was just it's a lot of culture in there.
Yeah, totally.
But it was just way too expensive for no reason.
Were you on South Beach?
Yes.
Yeah, South Beach is expensive.
And so many people try to sell me weed, and I was like, "How many of you are cops? Because this is too aggressive."
At least 75%.
like
70%.
Like you don't even sound like you believe what you're selling.
Right, like, hey, you want some ganja? Like,
no,
absolutely.
Sir,
Who are
what?
you?
I'm trying to get some eggs
Yeah.
for breakfast. Like
I'm just going on my way.
But breakfast. Speaking of breakfast,
I
don't have good segues.
Hey, that was a perfect segue.
What's So what's been like one of the toughest productions you've done?
You see, I think about that. I have to like calm my body a little bit.
A little PTSD. Sorry for exposing the trauma.
Yeah, no, it's cool. We live and we learn. The toughest in like a fun way, right? Is like we did a music video for Critical. And we shot that last summer, so it's been in post-production, all that for a little while for a couple different reasons. But we had to rig my red above a pool in a way that we could both still see it, control it, like with the follow focus, and like not have it fall in the fucking water.
Of course.
Right? So like stuff like that is like, okay.
So y'all be shenanigans too.
Oh, we shenan. Like, so Adrian Gomez, that's my gaffer, and he's also just like Bob the Builder ass nigga. Like, he put a bunch of safety chains. I'm like, I need you to put like 4 safety chains.
Yeah.
Stuff like that, right? But then like, I would say the toughest shoot was not even a big shoot. I was in Nepal with my sister getting content for her, right? So when I say like we were climbing up these mountains in the rain, like I'm serious, like mud slide ass. It was not, and it was raining. And like I have asthma, but I never really noticed it here. I noticed it like
excuse me.
I was like, bro, like I literally, and we were on these tiny little planes, like 6-passenger planes, and like. It's not even like turbulence, like literally just like dipping. Jumping. So I'm trying to get footage like that. It's like
on the plane.
Yes, everywhere. I'm getting footage everywhere, and like we had to drive at a point 3 hours. It's the middle of the night, and we were driving through this area where you have to drive in a group because tigers populate the area.
Excuse me.
I'm like, bro, and if you're alone, if you're in a car alone, the tigers have figured out that you're alone, and they'll jump out and pop the tire.
Did y'all know this beforehand?
No, I didn't know any of this.
It's an absolute no for me.
Yes, we were like, whenever we'd pull over, we'd wait for all, and I was like, who are these other people in the other car? Like, it's cool to travel together, but like, who are these niggas?
So imagine the tiger's like, damn, it's 3 cars.
Damn, I can't.
I was about to.
They just see it as like, but like people would go by on motorcycles and like they would just run and.
I mean, I could see that. I could see that.
Yeah, I mean, I'd probably do that if I were a tiger. But so that's like, that's the toughest shoot because like mind, body, and soul, just all of it is so far from home. Like, and I travel a lot, but I've never had. That's the first time I've ever experienced.
You just said shock. Tigers.
Tigers. And I'm like, your focus is like, oh, I'm a creative. I'm going to film. What angles do I want? And it's like, no, this is survival. Yeah.
My focus would have been being Dr. Doolittle.
No, literally.
I got to figure this
please
out.
Please don't eat us. Like, because that's the state you like to create, or I like to create in, right? Is this like...
chaos?
No, not that one. I want to create in the state where I'm just focused on the creative, but being in a spot where I'm focused on like all these other elements. Yeah, I was like, holy shit. So... that's the hard, and there's just like there's stuff with you know how it can be with clients. I've noticed that the clients, commercial clients, if their budget is over $50K, they're the type to type looks good.
Oh yeah, do whatever. Do whatever.
Like, good job. And I'm like, okay, do you want to see the feed? Do you want to give some feedback? You want to?
Nope.
We love it. You know?
Cool.
But I've had instances where either if it's lower budget or just the person's expectations, like I've had stuff that have been years into post-production because people are that picky or whatever. They want to reshoot. They want to squeeze as much as they can out of like the scope of work and that kind of thing. Like that's what's tough to me because I'm not very confrontational. I've had to learn the part of me.
Find somebody who is.
I know, right?
I
really need that, honestly. Like, I need somebody to like, Evangel is our production assistant. And he also just does all of our scheduling. I've had him like kind of just... I'm like, yo, can you go check on this invoice? Because, like, I really don't like being that person. Man. But on set, I know I got to, it's little by little. It's like,
I actually love when people owe me money.
What?
I'm about to show my ass.
Oh, my God.
Oh, okay, yeah. Where you?
I'm going to just send you, I'm going to CC you. And they'll be like, why is Alex Don on this? He just kind of hears a witness.
Yeah,
like,
we finna show our ass.
Yeah, you know?
I love somebody had me fucked up.
Man, I've had.
It's time to shenanigans.
That net 30 can turn into net 60, net 90 on some like, and these won't be a couple thousand. These are like.
AB has a net 120.
I would.
And I thought it was a joke because when I was talking, they pay me credit card. I was like, I'm not doing that at all.
Yeah.
He's like, well, if you could pay the credit card fees, I'm like, cool. But I was talking to this web agency, and he's like, yeah, I saw you did these work with them. They're a net 120. I said, oh, so it's serious.
3, 6, 9, 12.
4 months? Nah.
Wow.
Nope.
Yeah.
Nope.
See. At least they're honest. Though.
Yeah, no, they tell you up front. You want to be a contractor, it's a net 120.
That's crazy.
But I can only imagine because it's so big of a company. But then that still doesn't make sense.
It doesn't. I'm sure, I don't know, like them compared to Red Bull, right? But I used to work for Red Bull, and I would, clear invoices, whatever, for the people that we were working with. And we were net 30 at Red Bull, but if you needed to push it, you could push it out immediately.
Right,
like if
100%.
it was a priority, right?
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay,
you got
4
one-off
months,
cycles, all kind of stuff.
Yeah, 4 months is crazy. And yeah, whenever it's that way, sometimes I'll be waiting on like 20, 30 grand sometimes, just waiting for like one invoice to come in, and I'm like, bruh, I got a team to pay. Like, I got my lighting guy, I got the caterer. I'm like, y'all gotta pay this. So I'm starting to learn, how to get a little bit more feisty with it,
Just a little spicy email.
Just
you
a little.
good.
So I've mastered the spicy email. I do think, because it's like it'll get there. It's like spicy in my way. It's not like where my money, but it's like
NWA Ice Cube,
right? And I don't knock on doors or whatever yet. I haven't had to. But yeah, no.
But it is usually the lower tickets every single time.
It is, yeah.
Lower tickets. Oh, you want to play? Cool.
Exactly.
All right. I already did you a favor. Cool. I'm finna do you one better.
Yeah, that's what I had to learn super early on. I'm like, okay, what kind of work do I want to do? Because I've done work. There's a lot of stuff I do for free. Like the last couple of music videos I've done those for free because it sounds fun. Yeah. And I just want to do it.
You in a space where you can do passion projects.
Exactly, yeah.
That's why I tell people, like, you got to get to a a spot where like your bills paid. So now you can do stuff for fun.
Exactly.
Who wants to just work nonstop?
And I certainly don't. And like this whole summer, it's funny when you mention music videos. We're actually like, the price is crazy and it's not enough money, but we're running a music video special for the entire summer for $500 music videos.
What?
Because I just want to make more.
I'm finna start rapping.
You know? No, seriously. It would be so fun. Like, literally, I'm like, I want to make sure that we're honing in on the, like, my friends and I is accessible. It's not just this commercial work, because I feel like I keep putting out some of the bigger work, like the Lexus project, Adidas, stuff like that, where it's like, okay, yeah, that's a commercial.
Scares people.
I think so. And they're like, I didn't think I could afford you. I'm like, bro, I do stuff for, like, just for
let
fun.
me know.
Like, yeah, like, if you get me some, like, Jamaican food from Jerk Unlimited, and I like the thing, and I have the time, and you're not going to be crazy about the post-production,
we can work it out.
We can do it. That sounds like a fun way to spend Saturday,
that's
you
fair.
know? So it's just, like, I don't like when people see, especially in St. Louis, I think we, like, underestimate us, where if people see you going to Bali, they see you doing all this stuff, and they think that means that they can't just
They do that a lot. But then you get some people that have, like, the stronger personalities. They ask.
That's true.
They literally just ask.
Yeah.
Ask. Just ask somebody.
Ask.
Just ask them.
Yeah, just check, because it's like the worst I can say is like no, or not right now, or I don't have the time or the capacity. But
or she could be like, hell no, we ain't doing that shit. That's what's really going on.
The only time I've reacted that way is like someone. This was years ago.
Oh, it's happened.
No, I can get there temper-wise. I really can. It just, you have to have me so fucked up, and that's the thing. If anyone has ever experienced that version of me, I'm like, everyone in my life knows, like, oh, then you must have had her so fucked up.
Oh, so you did it.
Because I'll just walk away, you know what I mean? But, like, he was like, I want to do a song, whatever. I got $300 for a video. I'm like, that's not enough money.
$300?
Yeah, I was like, what is $300? Like,
that's how much we pay for a bottle in the club.
I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, that's for my bags to go somewhere. But, like, you know, anyway, but I'm like, nah, man, if it's cool, if it's whatever. I listen to the song. It's, like, the most derogatory, women bashing ass song.
So he ain't think this through.
He didn't think it through at all. It was like, I was like, that's why we don't date black women. Like, crazy shit. I was like, why would you?
Now, was it like a satire song? Oh, he felt this.
Unless he was really committed to a character.
He was a method actor.
Yeah, exactly. Unless he was doing that, like a several-year-long like case study, you know, that he didn't inform me of, then maybe. And if so, bravo. But I don't think that's what.
That takes effort.
It does. I don't think that's what he's like. What's the problem? And I'm like, it's just the song doesn't really match. I'm like, what? You know, fuck you mean? I'm like, oh,
he was angry.
What the fuck I mean? Oh, yeah. So
actually, I'm about to tell you.
Yeah, I'm like, I'll tell you what I mean. But other than that, I'm like, people are mainly cool. People just, that's the thing with like making videos for people is not the same thing as selling them like an item. It's kind of more close to cooking them a meal, where it's just like they tell you what they want, they like how you cook, they like your taste, they have a couple things, a couple notes that they know that they want to taste when they're eating the meal, but other than that, it's kind of like you in the kitchen. It's very intimate in that way. You know, someone's creation, they're probably not just asking you to make a video for just because. It's either because like something heart-centered is at it for them. If it's their wedding, that's their most special day. If it's a commercial, it's for a brand that they spent their life building, whatever. So I treat that process of creation as sacred as it actually is. You know what I mean? So that's how I look at people when they come to me. So I want to make sure that they're looking at me that way, too.
It's no way I'm shooting this video.
Yeah, no, because I'm like, what would this even consist of?
Yeah.
Like, if I'm going off of these lyrics, like, the scene I see is not one that I want to be in the room for. You know what I mean? So I'm just like,
oh my God, I didn't even think of it like that.
Yeah, I'm like, what? Like, and just energetically.
This is going to be so aggressive.
Yeah, I'm like, aggressive. You're going to knock my camera down. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if I want to be here, but, like, I don't know, not to be all woo-woo about it, but it is just like,
sure.
Yeah, like, I want to
be tripping.
Yeah, and I just want a high vibrational, co-creative, just good space to create, no matter what the hell it is, if it's a commercial or a music video or social media stuff. Like, even here, like, it's comfortable, it's cool, we got a cozy couch, like, it's not stressful, you're cool, like, it's just like, if you're going to be in front of the camera, if you're going to do all this setup, it's like, why not enjoy it and actually feel at peace
right.
doing it, you know? So I want to feel at peace when people reach out to me. So if they're reaching out to me and they have a big budget, cool. If they have a little budget, cool. But if they're coming with that, like, let's create something together energy, I'm usually in if I'm in town, you know? But anyway.
No, that's cool. That's a good take on, like, your approach to video production. He's like, yeah, we all in the kitchen cooking, but you can't have too many cooks in the kitchen.
That's true.
You know?
They're at the table.
Yeah.
Telling me kind of, hey, I want some notes of cinnamon.
Don't tell me to put lemon pepper on there.
Right, exactly. Or lemon pepper. Like, I put enough lemon pepper.
Yeah, like, I'm not adding anymore.
This isn't that today. You know.
That's good because, like, we are creatives as well.
Yeah.
Like, you have this initiative as the brand, like, hey, we need a video for this. We want the purpose to do this. Mm-hmm. Okay, well, I'm going to tell you this is how we do that.
Right.
This is how we make that steak that way.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's really cool.
I like some metaphors, you know? Yeah, and that's the thing, too. Like, I assume, too. Like,
probably not.
No, we're artists. No, like, it's like, being a business owner is, like, its own thing, right? Yeah. Being an entrepreneur, it's, like, so beautiful some months where I'm like, damn, like, we made $50,000 this month. That's great.
Yeah.
Other months where I'm just like, paid out $20,000 this month, and I'm like, why am I doing this? Why did I choose this life? But then it's like the sky is the limit, because every once in a while when I get into these spaces where I'm like, I'm just about to get my ass on LinkedIn,
get a job, like, man. I'm trying to tell you,
like these, because I'm like, at this point, either of us, right, would be qualified for.
Yeah, I apply for jobs every month.
Really?
Just to see what's going on.
I should do
I
that.
never take them.
Just as like an exercise.
Yeah, I just like.
I was offered,
y'all still like me,
right? Yeah, and of course they do. Like, I was offered a job from one of my old companies that I used to work for, and the pay was like $200,000. Benefits, blah 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 blah. Yeah. And I was like, it's just nice to know you still got it.
Yeah,
it's like
I still got
it. The club, but, it's like, but I'm not gonna do that, because even if it's like, okay, I can make this much, but it means, okay, every 2 weeks this will be in my account, and that's kind of it. Versus when you do it for yourself, it's like the sky is the limit.
It's like a double-edged sword. It's a scary game, but it's fun at the same time.
It is.
Like, when you up, you up. When you down, you down.
It's like gambling.
Yeah.
You know.
So we kind of slow. We got.
Yeah. I'm like, do we have problems?
Yeah, we should check in. 1-800-bets off.
Yeah, I'll call them, like, I don't, and they're like, so what's your problem? Like, I'm an entrepreneur. They're like, this is not what this number is for. Like,
I was talking to my friends. I said, whose idea was this to make us do that?
Yeah.
Like, oh, you know what? Forget a 9 to 5 check every 2 weeks. I'm gonna get out the mud. It sounds so stupid.
It does, but then it's great. Like, I have friends where I'm like, hey, like, let's go to the park, and they're like, I can't, because it's 3 and I'm at work, and I'm like, okay, tell them you'll be right back. And it's like, I can't. I'm like, okay, at this point I don't think I can do the, like, someone telling me where I can and can't go.
My last job, we had breaks. We had an hour lunch and 2 15-minute breaks, and if you wanted to use the bathroom outside of your 15 minutes, it's like, oh, what are you doing, I was like,
bathroom,
I'm out.
No,
I'm out.
Like, I'm a grown-up.
Yeah, I literally started this for freedom. Like, just freedom of time. Like, not to say I don't care about the money. I do be saying, yeah, I want to get a Lambo or something. Just, something stupid.
I saw a G-Wagon in your parking lot. I was like, oh, I want that.
Like, literally. But then it's like, but I can go to family events. I can do friends. I can travel whenever I want. Like, it's kind of cool.
It is.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not too worried about it.
Do you feel free in your everyday?
Yeah, 100%. 100%. Yeah. And I'm so, like, type B and just laid back and go with the flow. I never know what my day is looking like.
Yeah. Okay.
No, like, ever. Like, I went to the gym this morning at, like, 9:30. I was like, I can't remember the last time I've ever been to the gym at 9:30.
Yeah. Was it emptier being that early?
So, like, I try and go before 2 p.m. Because then after 2 p.m., I know too many people at the gym.
Right.
And everybody want to talk. And I'm just
make
like,
me a video.
Yeah, nah, I'm not doing. Oh, what you been on? Oh, you go to this gym? Nah, I don't. I don't go.
I'm just visiting. I'm not actually here.
I go with my lunch break partners. Like, oh, y'all ain't got no jobs or y'all on lunch break.
Right.
They in here, we getting it in, we out. So, but nah, I really appreciate the free time and the freedom.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's what I work for all the time.
Yeah.
To do nothing.
It's a beautiful, beautiful thing to be able, like, that is the biggest, the freedom that comes with being safe. Like, if you're looking at whatever Maslow's hierarchy of needs, little, cube, triangle, what the fuck is it called? Pyramid. At the bottom, psychological needs, blah, 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 but, like, freedom.
Housing, food at the bottom.
Right, exactly. Yeah. Like, tigers not trying to attack your car.
What? That quick, I forgot.
I'll never forget. There's something so primal that it activated, like something deep down into the recesses.
Fight or flight.
Exactly. And that is, our fight or flight is right. It's like, it used to be about animals, saber-toothed tigers, and then it turned into like, oh, I'm scared to answer an email. Like, so it changed, but that got me back to that pure human. Oh, predator with claws versus this. Anyway, though, I forgot what
the client was a predator.
Yeah, exactly. Right. So I'm like, after experiencing that, I'll never forget it. But what the hell was I saying? She sent the emails. Right. No, emails stress me out so much. So I hired Evangel. I'm like, can you please answer this? Like, he will just tell me what the email says. He'll leave me a voice memo like, so-and-so asked this, and I'll just message, or like, answer.
All right, cool, that works.
Yeah, exactly. And then he'll answer because, like, with having a little bit of anxiety, a little bit of ADHD, I had to learn, like, a cheat code to, like, not be in that paralysis of not answering or not knowing, like, how should I word this, how should I whatever, because sometimes I can overthink. So having him do that part is so great. But I forgot what we were talking about, but it's okay. It was before that, before the tigers. I went on a tangent. Freedom...
Oh, Maslow.
Right, fuck Maslow's pyramid. What I'm saying is, like, the psychological burden that's taken off of you when you don't feel like you have to be somewhere, have to follow someone's, like, we are meant to be as humans, like, explorers, roamers, creators. And I think sometimes a 9 to 5, for me at least, can, like, squeeze that, like, the juices of the human experience away from it. Yeah. And it's just like, no, I want life to be juicy and good and bright. You know what I mean? Like, be in the sun, like, be stressed sometimes, but
then you run into people who are like, it's just so interesting, like, since I started, not even coaching, but just, like, being around people, like, I like to be outside and be around people, because I experienced them. You might have saw this something, and you had a completely different retelling of what I saw, and I think that's cool, how everybody interpret things. But some people need that structure. Yeah. They need that 9 to 5. They need to be told what to do, which is completely absurd to me.
Yeah, I'm like, you're not that way.
But they live such a peaceful life.
Is this too far?
Whatever.
This is I don't know anything about audio.
Just spin it over.
Okay.
But they live and lead such a peaceful life, knowing what's going on time after time after time again. I'm like, I probably bring a lot of chaos around.
That's real. It seems like you might, just from a distance. 100%. I'm like,
100%.
Okay, chaos.
I'm like an agent of chaos. Like, I thrive in it. Nice. It's just like boring.
Like the Joker.
Yeah. A little meth. Whatever.
We gotta next time we're having some barbecue, we gotta bring you over. Like,
come on.
Turn on the gas, do whatever you want, you know.
I'm just such a whatever, try it.
Yeah, and that's a good way to be.
I've also seen that with clients, sometimes they're like, give me a little more direction. I'm like, oh, my bad, you one of them.
Yeah, okay.
You need somebody to text. I can do that too.
Right.
I thought we was just all winging it around here.
And it's so hard to know, like, which type of client someone will be. Like, so I like when people have a little bit of involvement in the sense of, like, I want to make sure that you like this. Tell me a little, give me some guardrails. Yeah. But some people want to be so detail oriented to the point of, like, I'm like, do you just want me to teach you how to use a camera so you can just go get this yourself? And then others are like, I don't know, just let it look good, whatever, you know.
One of my biggest clients, she would fill out like a booking form and just general, what are we doing? Yeah. What's your idea? What's the vision? She would put like the emoji. I said, you know what? But we've been rocking for years. So
that's a good match. Like, if there's someone who you end up learning how to speak each other's language and speak each other's tastes. Which is why I always compare this work to food, where it's just like some people don't know what they want.
You're just hungry.
I just like food. I like to cook. I like to eat. Like, I just like this tastiness of life, you know. But if you're cooking for someone and it's like, okay, you generally know what they like, but you learn someone's palate over an amount of time. Like my neighbor that I'm talking about, I'm like, okay, whenever I'm cooking with garlic is when he most texts about, what are you guys cooking? I'm like, interesting. You like those types of notes. Noted. But yeah, okay, like with the structure thing, I think I am someone who benefits from structure, but I've learned, like, from the corporate world, what are the elements of that I like? I need accountability. I need regular check-ins. I need someone who notices if I didn't answer an email, which is like my version of providing that structure in this life is hiring Evangel to be that person, you know what I mean? Because I'm like, I was one of those people who kind of needed structure for sure, just untreated ADHD. It helped, you know, but now I'm like, I'll make my own structure, you know.
I think my ADHD is its own, like, demon.
Yeah.
And I think that's why I didn't do well in corporate. So I was like, man, y'all doing too much. Like, all the time.
What did you do in corporate? Like, what kind of...
just, like sales and stuff.
Okay.
And it was just like, y'all tripping, bro.
Yeah.
Like, everything was just stupid. I hate everything about it. Like, just to be honest. Yeah, man. Ooh, I'm finna relapse. But it was just so... it was just against me.
Yeah.
It's just because I'm one of those people, like, it's going to get done. It's going to get done on time. It's going to be good.
Right.
I trust you. You trust me. We're going to be straight. But,
yeah.
Like, I worked with a wedding company at one point, and they was kind of trying to be corporate. I ended up training all they photographers.
Really?
I said, you know what? Get me up out of here.
I feel like it's funny, because you mentioned something earlier, I forgot exactly what, but when a leader is needed, it's not the person who thinks they're going to be the leader or the loudest person in the room or whatever. It's often just like supply and demand. Like if they hire you and then notice, oh, he can train everybody, you kind of end up in that leadership role regardless.
So like I'm naturally a leader by just nature. I'm a Leo.
Nice, okay. I could have guessed that.
But like as I got older, I got into a space where I don't choose it at all. Like, if I see there's other leaders, I let them go for it. Yeah. I actually hate when I have to step up. Really? Because when I got to step up, we finna nip this in the bud. We finna get this done. Like, it's y'all making me work? I was trying to chill. I was playing the back end. Right. But y'all about to sink this ship. And I'm not letting you sink the ship with me on it. Yeah. So. Yeah, that's a good type of person to have around, I think. Because I think I fall into leadership roles a lot. But my leadership style is a little bit like, for example, on set with my friends and I, we start the day with like a huddle, we talk, I compliment everybody, whatever, and it's just nice like we kind of keep it, exactly, you know what I mean? We're just like, thank you for being here, like, thank you for spending your time, like, you could be spending your day any type of way, but you chose to come here and help me light a thing. It's like, that's sacred, you know what I mean? So, like, I lead in that kind of, like, gentler way, I think, but you got to have that person who's like, all right, like, or have it within you to be like, when shit hits the fan, this is what we do here. That's the only time I speak. Really? When the fan is like, when it's about this the shit and this the fan. Damn, it's about to stink in here. Yeah. Like, we're gonna have to do something about this. That's real. I was on and then you know people are like reactive to different personalities. Definitely. So I was on a shoot. I had my videographer there. It was just a simple like maternity shoot. But my girlfriend was with me. I was like, well, you kind of got to hold the strobe. Yeah. The client was late, so then I snapped into, this was the shit, this was the fan. Yeah. So I was like, hey, can you, like, move this light over? She said, who are you talking to? I said, my bad. Yo. It's your first, like, production. Oh, my God. But, like, this the shit and this the fan. Like, we too close, we got to wrap this up. She had an attitude the whole time. I said, you know, I'm so sorry, let's go get some food. Like, but that's work me. You don't see work me too often. Oh, my God, Alex. That exact conversation happened between me and Hannah. Like, I had her on set a couple times just a PA, just to kind of be around. And a couple of times, like, we got back in the car one of the points, and she was, like, barely talking to me. I'm like, what's the problem? Like, damn, she was like, you were so rude. I'm like, what did I do? What did I say? She was like, you were like, hey, can you grab that? And I was like, and then what? Like, did you grab it? Yeah. And she was like, no, sweetheart, no, nothing. Oh, yeah, just treating me like I'm one of these people on set. I'm like, you are. Like, you are. I'm not. For these couple hours. You're like, hey, sweetie pie, honey. I'm like, no, I'm in front of my niggas. Like, we gangsters. Yeah, like, we're doing work. And I'm like, the clients here, they're going to be like, wait, what? Confused? Like, and, you know. What if they're like, go woke, go broke, and they're like, oh no, we didn't know there was gay shit going on. Like, come on. What if they like Bud Light? Literally, exactly. So I'm just that exact conversation, and it happened a couple times to the point where I was like, hey, so maybe we shouldn't work together. Yeah, like, it was right then. Yeah, it was first shooting. It was the last. Good for you. See, I have to learn something a couple times, and I'm like, okay, maybe one more time. Okay, well, maybe one more time. And I'm like, okay, no, never again. I enjoy like watching people mess up, not in the fact like you messed up, but just like. I know not to do that. Yeah. It feels good on the ego a little bit, for sure. Yeah, I had to I didn't go to film school or take any class regarding film, really. So I had to learn a lot of stuff on the fly. And when I went from, like, just making my own stuff to directing, like, so Retriever is a production company here, and I'm on their roster as a director. Okay. So there are some things, thank you. There are some things that, like, if I drop it, if it doesn't have the My Friends and I tag, it probably is a Retriever project that I directed, but they produced it, right? But I took a pretty big jump from, like, doing kind of just St. Louis-y stuff to, like, jumping. I did some Puma stuff on my own. But when they brought me in, the expectations of me as a director were, like, I'm around these commercial people. It's like a crew of 30. We got the big lights, the grip truck, all that stuff, and I'm the director. And, like, I could tell I'd probably stroked a lot of egos of clearly not knowing exactly what I was doing. These acronyms, what is this called?
technically a pan versus
C-37.
a push. Yeah, and I'm like, I want it to look and feel like this. Like, I'm talking to my DP. I'm not talking to anybody else because y'all are judging me because oh my God, I remember I picked up an Apple box because I was trying to help them all clean up. Yeah. And I got snapped at by a gaffer. Because I'm not, as a director on those types of shoots, you're not supposed to touch anything. You better sit in that chair. Right, and I thought it was something where I'm like, but I'm being helpful. And to them, it's not helpful. I'm just in the way. Yeah. You know, or it's like,
you already had a plan for that Apple box.
Exactly, yeah. And I was like, this is the smallest thing I could possibly pick up in here. It's symbolic. I'm obviously...
Sit your ass down!
Yeah, and they're like, please don't touch that. I'm like... I'm sorry. And then I talked to John, JMR, John Michael Ryan, who is one of the owners of Retriever. And I was like, yo, he kind of like spazzed out at me. He's like, yeah, no, directors are not supposed to touch anything. You don't touch anything. Yeah, so I had to... top of the food chain. Right, and I had to learn that. But I'm like, I don't know, coming into it like that, if like, I'm not going to touch anything, kind of feels kind of douchey. You know what I mean?
I think it's interesting just because how like the St. Louis artsy scene is now. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Like we all like help each other. You might play like six hats. Exactly. But when you get into that commercial,
it's a different world.
European style of work.
Yeah, it's a different world. And my by the time we're on set, my job as a director, like I've already done 80% of it in the treatment, in laying out the plan and talking to my DP, what lenses we're going to use, what colors, casting. Like so much of the work that I do for those projects happens before I get on set. So by the time I get on set, it's just like cross-referencing. Like, does this match the storyboards? And I'm kind of there for the clients to feel confident. Like, okay, is it looking like how we want? Cool. Yeah, exactly. Like, hey, is it? I'm like, oh, it's great. And I'm like, okay, great. And that's like kind of just what my role is. So picking up an Apple box is like a huge like the hell are you doing? Yeah, I'm like, well, fuck. Okay, you know, but
me, I love to delegate. That Apple box would have sat there.
That's real. That's so nowadays, I know
that Apple box would have sat there.
Yeah, I do revel in the opportunities to not lift things because, you know, I'll lean. People think because I'm not straight, like I'm not like that I'm against gender roles. I'm not. I'm completely for them. I don't want to lift anything. If a man, even a man who has nothing to do with our production, if he's walking by, I'm like, great. So this is one less thing I have to lift because he will probably, because I like my people, especially black men, passing by, like, oh, can I help you? Yes, obviously, please. You know what I'm saying? But
I gotta pick that one up.
I'm like, look, that's good for you. I'm like, look, my sound guy, whoever, but then like when it's just me, because there are some run and gun things that I do by myself, or just like, if someone's like, hey, I got $100, can you come and just help me out? Then I'm lifting the lights, I'm lifting these things. So nowadays, if it's a commercial shoot, I like not having to do anything because I'm like, soon will be the day where I'll have to lift everything, you know?
I'm one of those people, like, I'm going to watch you from a distance, but if I'm too close, damn, I got to step in. Yeah. I was raised right.
So you'll be hiding? Right?
Yeah, I'm around the corner.
You'd get very frustrated on set with me because I'd be like, damn, there's all this stuff. Like, where's Alex?
There's a lot of stuff.
Yeah. No,
I'm on TikTok.
Right. Like, where you go? Like, we won't see you till we all pack up. Yeah. No, I try to be helpful. Like, even when most of the stuff I do for my friends and I, there's maybe 5 to 10 of us as a team. So in those cases, like, I'll help, but the gaffer, the lights, whatever, there are certain things that I'm just like, I might actually mess it up if I am involved.
Sure. So on set, what department takes the longest?
Electric.
Really?
Grip and electric. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it's always lighting for me.
Yeah, no, that's what that is. Yeah, grip and electric is that. Yeah, we
don't do too much. Like, I was like, look, bro, just you see, we got one light here,
right? Which is all. It's really all you need sometimes.
Depending on what type of shadows you're doing. When I was doing films in college, it was always hair and makeup though.
Really?
Yes. Yeah. I think we were getting like people still kind of working, like getting their experience and feet wet. But we did like horror movies, so they had like crazy makeup and stuff.
Did you go to film school?
So, kind of. Okay. So my major was electronic arts, but I started in audio. I always had an emphasis on audio. But in the program, we learned photography, videography, animation, web design, and stuff. Cool. And I just really wanted to stick to audio. So I was doing audio on like sets and films and stuff. Then when I came to St. Louis, it wasn't enough money.
Yeah, fair.
Literally that. I was like, y'all not getting enough out here. I would have to mic people during like hair and makeup, and then once lighting's doing its shit, I just sat down.
Yeah, you just sat down.
We had craft services.
Yeah.
It'll be another 3 hours.
They take, for us, like, if it's a commercial thing, so, like, Lisa, I think you've met her the last time we did something here. Yeah, so she's who does most of our hair and makeup, because I like having a black hair and makeup artist. She takes a long time, but it's always the amount of time it needs to take. But with Grip and Electric, so they're coming in, it's like cable management. Exactly. And it's like the lights, and you have to have, for safety reasons, like I got to give them the time that they need. But the gaffer that we hire most often, Adrian, he's like a creative on his own, right? So he'll want to try stuff, whatever, and I got to be like, hey, man. Yeah, I was like, bro, like, and he's like, his ideas are genius though, and I'm like, I want to try them, so then it gets us off track, and then you know,
the ADHD coming.
It is. I'm like, that'll be fun. And it's like, it won't be fun when we run over. You know what I mean? So like that, the lighting takes hellas. The reset of the camera. If I'm behind the camera, if I'm DPing, it's quick because I'm like, I'm cutting corners. I don't care. I don't need to put the matte box on. Like, I don't need to do these things.
Yeah, the matte box is just for the price.
It is. It is. And I'm like, there are certain things that I'm like, I strip down the camera because I don't want it to be too heavy. Like, literally, I don't want it to be too heavy. On. Look, I got the monitor on it. I've got the handles on it. I've got the excess battery. I've got,
that's solid.
Yeah, you know, I've got the cinema lens, which is already heavy enough. Exactly. Huge. So if I need a matte box, if we're outside, if I need an ND filter, of course. But I'm not going to put all this stuff just because. Like, if
some people get, like, the thrill of just making a rig.
I think so, yeah.
I don't care.
I want the image to look good. Right. You know what I mean?
Sometimes you got to look good getting the image.
That's true. This is true. Hey, look, the red with the little stuff on it is great. It's good enough for me. I'm like, I'm not going too hard, too extra. But yeah, they take hellas. We all kind of just take hellas. Yeah. You know, the client takes hellas sometimes to get there. KV, she knows this. I'm going to tease her. She came to her own video shoot hour and a half late.
Sound about right.
Hour and a half late.
Sound about right.
Yeah, I was like, girl, where the hell are you? Like, we were texting her. I'm like, yeah, it was great. And then Shorty was already there, so we got his part early.
Oh, Shorty was on time.
Yeah, he was hella on time. I think he got there before some of my crew got there.
Must have had something to do.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, but no, it was hella funny.
How was the movie premiere with that?
Oh, that was fun.
Yeah.
That was so much fun. KV really, she's the one who like handled all that for real. But yeah, I guess that wasn't the first time I've seen something of mine on the big screen, but it was the first time like a music video has been premiered for me on the big screen. And then like we had a panel and just seeing people dancing, laughing, like whatever, just kicking it, watching something that you created.
You was about to start cooking.
Yeah, exactly. You know, pretty much. I'm like, this is. It was cool. It was really, really cool, and I think I like the idea of taking more opportunities that we all maybe should, like all of us in this world, to bring people into the space and not have the only experience they have with our videos be like right here on their phone. Yeah, you know, it's like. Okay, maybe they'll watch it on their TV on YouTube. Maybe if you really ask them to.
Please.
But yeah, you know what I mean? But for the most part, it's like they'll see it, engage with it, maybe even really, really like it, and then move on versus bringing someone into that world.
Like a churn and burn.
Exactly. And it's hard to catch up or keep up, and it can kind of burn you out as a creator to be like, okay, here's this masterpiece, here's something I really care about, and now it's gone off the algorithm so quickly. So to rent out a theater and there's a moment carved in time where we all experience the video together just for a second, and maybe they'll watch it again, maybe they won't, but like to bring in people, and it was a sold out theater, we had a panel, like no one can ever take that moment away from us as creatives. It happened. We were there physically all gathered, and we watched it, all of our eyes at one time. That's pretty cool, you know, so I want to do more of that when the time calls for it, not for like corporate. You talking about more?
You just did a whole live DJ set.
That's true. We're gonna do more of those too.
You be shenanigans.
I just want to have fun. Sometimes it's like, you know, what'd be cool? Like, let's do, because in my studio I just play DJ sets all the time. I play the Apartment Life, Soulection, all of those just kind of DJ sets.
You be jamming.
Absolutely.
I be turning it up, and you see them big old speakers.
Yeah, no, I do. Look, that's exactly how we are in our studio. Yeah. But I was like, we have really good DJs here. I want to do stuff like that with our DJs. So we have DJ Neighborhood is coming next, Nikita after that, and then Anansi Spins.
Okay.
Ricky, yeah. And then we're going to have, well, I guess I won't say it for sure, but at the Luminary is going to be the next one.
Oh, so yeah. That's solid.
It'll be fun.
That's solid. I'm going to pop out.
I like doing it at Stage 27 because of the sky panels. Although I like the sky panels better at Bad Dog.
I don't think I've ever shot at Bad Dog.
Really?
Ever.
Have you gone to the space? Okay, cool.
I just get, like, if I need some cinema stuff, I go there.
Yeah, for sure.
I need something quick, I just go to Schiller's.
Yeah, Schiller's.
I hear that a lot. I hear that a lot about them.
There was a point where I refused to go back.
I've heard that a lot.
I refused. Like, I would go, and my girlfriend, I would be, like, we would go to go develop some film, and I would send her in. I'm like, I'm not going. She's like, it'll be fine. I'm like, I'm not talking to them ever again. Like 6 months I held strong before I had to go back. So anyway, I say that to say it's Bad Dog or Horizon, you know, which is in Midtown.
There's a lot of online stuff too now.
Do you use ShareGrid? Have you ever used ShareGrid?
Nah, I haven't heard
I used it once in LA 2 weeks ago. And yeah, just people, you should check it out. It's just an app, kind of like Uber, or not Uber, like Airbnb of gear.
Oh.
You know. So,
really? And they ship it out?
Well, most of it's here.
Oh.
But you can,
really?
Yeah.
One of my videographers, he just gets shit online for like cheap.
Really?
He had like a drone for like 4 days for like $30.
Really?
So how are you finding this stuff?
There's a lot of, that's how we got this, like a body rig when we were shooting Critical's video, because we wanted something where like he was running and it would like follow him, so it's like I would have been out of breath. He was out of breath because we had him running. It was hot. It was the whole thing. Like we had him.
I'm out of breath.
Yeah, for real. But yeah, we can rent stuff wherever. But yeah, Bad Dog I like renting from. Horizon I like renting from. Luckily, I don't do that much photo, so I don't need to go into Schiller's that often. And it's funny, I'm like, I think Schiller's being the only place, like, having a monopoly here is going to bar me from getting further into photography.
It's only because, Creve Core got hit in the pandemic.
Oh, did they close?
Creve Core Camera, yeah, they had a crazy go-out sale.
Really?
Yeah, you were getting
I'm 4 years late. Okay,
yeah, you missed it. You missed it. They had some stuff.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
They went out of business because I used to be able to get backdrops from there too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Somebody needs to. It won't be me because I got too much on my plate. Somebody, please open up. If somebody opened up a little film store where you could like develop film, buy film from there, and maybe just get backdrop, like just some kind of basic stuff. You know, open it on the south side.
Number one.
They would be, because I will keep them in business. I will vow to make sure I buy enough to.
I took one film class in college. It was actually my only photography class ever.
Really?
It was black and white photo, and I absolutely hated it.
Really? You didn't like film?
Well, we had to like develop it. Oh, yeah, we in the dark room.
Sounds kind of cool though.
I mean, yeah, but I was in college, and it was like an extra $300 like a month.
Damn. Nah.
Yeah, I was like, this is. So we had lab partners because she was like, the teacher was like, hey, it's expensive, so we need a partner. Me and my partner both hated it. Now, I went off to do what I do, and she ended up being like a graphic designer for Nike.
Wow.
So I was like, well, maybe we learned something in this photo class.
Okay, isn't that so funny how, like, I know we've been talking for forever, and it's funny, I'm like, am I lightheaded? I think I need to eat more. Like, what? I'm like, I think I am a little bit. But whatever. Anyway, what was I saying?
I don't know, but the insurance is paid. So
right. Okay.
Pass out. Whatever.
But right, like you're saying with your lab partner, she ended up successful. You ended up and are going to continue to be successful. It is kind of cool seeing these moments where it's like, okay, I didn't want to be there, I didn't like it, and yet like everyone's doing so well. Like the people that really. If you were bound to do well, you're going to do well regardless. You know what I mean? Like, I have a friend like that who I went to college with, Kendall, who we were both, like, the ADHD-ass business school kids who, like, worked outside of school. Like, we always had jobs. We were always getting these internships. I got the Red Bull internship in college. He got the, I think, Universal Music or something like that. Okay. You know what I mean? And then, like, full circle, it's like, damn, everybody's, like, we're, like, grown as fuck. And, like, doing cool
in our
shit.
30s.
Yeah, like, we're in our 30s. Like, I just turned 31 last week. And I'm like, damn, like, this is grown-up-dom. Like, you know? Wait, how?
Bill's got my name on.
Exactly. I'm like, every single one of them. You know? Besides my car, or, you know, my car. Shout out to my dad. But, you know? Wait, how old are you?
30.
When did you graduate high school?
2015. No, 11.
Okay, we're in the same. Where'd you go to high school?
McClure.
North or just McClure?
See, here we go.
I'm sorry.
Wrap this up. Wrap it up. Here we go. Wait, every time, just McClure.
Wow, I forgot there was just a McClure.
Wrap this up. So you have now.
Oh, like all my people
always say North.
It's because I was in private school, but I would have went to Central. But I was right where the cutoff was for McClure North, so it's like all my friends either went to Central or McClure North.
Friends
yeah, exactly. So that's the first one that comes to mind.
I guess that's fine.
Shout out to McClure though.
Nah, don't shout out to McClure.
How do we end this?
Oh, okay. What's next?
No, we don't have to.
I got you.
What happens?
Somewhere in his brain. So what's next for my friends and I? What else are they making with this?
What's next for my friends and I? For my niggas and me. What's next for us? So
the spinoff is crazy.
You know, we're gonna bring it to life for sure. It's just the how and when. So yeah, we shot and directed, filmed, whatever, a movie in 2022 that's been in post-production that we're finally going to roll out this summer, called Keeneland, which is the name of the neighborhood that I grew up in. So yeah, all summer we're going to be putting out the promo for that. But something cool that we're doing is we're making a soundtrack for it, like an EP. So we're partnering up with Mastermind and then a couple other people who are on the project, to make this EP. But we're planning to, I don't know if it's going to be the Getaway Cabins or like an Airbnb, but we're just going to go somewhere out in nature for like 4 or 5 days, and that's where we're going to record the majority of it. So
4 or 5 days.
I know, right?
Sound like Kanye making an album.
Well, pretty much, yeah. I'm like, we want to be, pretty much.
Watch for them tigers.
I will try my best to watch out for the tigers. So we're going to be doing that. We'll like roll out content and kind of invite people into listening parties, all that good stuff. More DJ sets. I definitely want to have those closer in the city where people can actually come to them and record them and all that good stuff. And then, just making music videos, honestly. Like, I do...
$500 specials.
Right, $500 summer special with an asterisk on that. I'm like, look, come on.
Starting.
Let's be reasonable, yeah. I'm like, that's for a half day, one camera, one location, real quick. You get one revision, maybe. Yeah, exactly. That's like a super quick little thing. But, like, just $500 music videos. I'll probably cap that out at, 100%. Like, 10 or 15, maybe, if not... Maybe 5. Yeah. It depends on the quality of the songs that come in. If I feel excited about them, I know
that
myself.
Other guy hits you back up.
He will never. I don't think he can.
He's not able to.
Access to my page. But yeah, so mainly that, and I mean, there's always we've got documentary stuff coming out for clients and commercial work coming out for clients and all that good stuff. But as far as what I'm most excited about, it's the fun, creative, rolling out the film, making this EP and recording that process, making music videos with people who want to make them, and just gathering people together and having an opportunity to have us all in one room.
I like proposed that idea. So like when I got out of college, came back here, I was in like the music scene. Yeah. And I was like, y'all, we really need to score like a short film. Yeah. Like we need to just get all your friends and I together and just score it. Nobody wants to do it. But now you're doing it. Yeah. That's so cool.
It's, and like, so Michael Franco and Mastermind, they made the score for the film. So they have, and we worked with this this black artist out of Paris named Shaby to do the vocals on it. So the movie itself, the score for it, and the couple songs that they created, like the entire sound bed, every single note of music in the film was developed by them, right?
That's hard.
It's so cool. Like, it's so, every inch of the movie is St. Louis. The actors, every single part of it is that, besides Shaby's voice because she's French. But
St. Louis, French.
Exactly.
It adds up.
We were going into that, but the soundtrack or whatever, just like, that's just like additionally what we're gonna do is like watch the movie together as a crew, and then from that say like, okay, what 3 songs kind of come from this. And then we're gonna have another DJ set thing where it's the same thing where we bring in the DJs. That gotta
be one of your music videos too.
Yeah, exactly. I think so too. It's all kind of fusing in together to just be a fun, happy, hot, like physically hot summer. Just hot. Everybody's hot. But like physically hot as shit because we're in St. Louis. So yeah, it'll be a fun time. I think the biggest thing is that like at this point, you don't do things to prove yourself to anybody else, but I've done things to prove things to myself. So these last 5 years of having what was first for the culture and then eventually my friends and I has been like proving to myself that I can live a life that's like productive, that I get to create, that is lucrative financially, like all these things. And now that I've kind of like proven that to myself, now I'm just more interested in having fun and just making cool shit. I kind of just want a shenanigan. I want a shenanigan, shenanigoo,
Shenan once more.
Exactly, and like just have, and then bring people into the world. Because like, last thing I'll say is sometimes when people work on set with us, the feedback I've gotten is like, oh, I like the vibe. Like, I like being on set. You guys are fun, you know, but the only people who could experience that were either people who were part of our crew, like physically putting together the production, or the people who hired us, right? It wasn't like a random person. I mean, sometimes people would just come and kick it on set, but it's not really the setting for that. So having events.
I got a bottle.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm just like, and which would always happen. Someone's like, okay, can I smoke? I'm like, no, because the client's right there. Like, please.
You gotta go down the street.
Right.
Bro.
And I'm like, oh, well, I want to be on set. I just like being around. And then they knock down a light. And I'm like, okay, there's got to be a way I can still engage with the community and not have to have y'all on set.
Right.
Like, knocking down.
Nah, that's terrifying.
Yeah, you know? So, like, that's one of my big goals is just to have people come into our world a bit and have these moments carved in time where it's like, okay, no matter what was going on that year, because we all have just a crazy life with crazy things happening, good and bad.
Yeah.
You know,
expired beer.
Yeah, you know, we got expired beer, and it's been, you know, for a lot of us, and for a lot of different reasons. Like, I know for me, it's been a really tough year in some ways, right? So, like, to carve out a time where we can all be together in a backyard, at a screening, at a DJ set, you know, and I want that to kind of be the My Friends and I legacy versus like, okay, cool videos. I want people, if they're 60 or 70, they don't even remember the videos. They don't remember my name, but they remember. Yeah, they remember like, okay, in 2024, I remember that summer was real cool, and we ate well and we danced, and I don't even remember what that little girl's name was, but it was cool. Yeah, they'd be like, it was hella garlicky, you know. There was a lot of gas in the backyard. Somebody didn't turn it off the grill, but like that's kind of what I want our legacy to be. So this summer, to me, is like the first full court press into that part of us, you know.
Yeah. No, that's really cool. Like from a one-on-one perspective, like I tell people I coach, like personality sells everything.
Yeah.
And like you just adding so much personality into the brand. That's really cool.
Thanks.
That's really cool.
Thanks. You too. It's funny. It's like, yo, we should make a video of all of like you, me, the other production company or the other production people, like literally in a room, like full-fledged personalities of like Alex Dom Media Group, kind of what the vibe is. With My Friends and I, we'll probably be in like a little circle with sound bowls. You'll be in the corner. You know what I mean? It's like, and then it's like y'all walking, like, all right, here comes Alex Dom Media Group, and y'all coming in with some bottles, right? You know what I mean? And we're like, oh dear. It's just we should do some funny shit like that just to even join forces.
I knew the culture that I was bringing when my like lead videographer, we were shooting a wedding, and I'm just like, damn, where is he at? Where is he at? He was shooting dice with the grooms.
Oh my God.
And I said, are you fuck? I said, well, they having fun. So like,
exactly. They'll always remember that. Like, damn, like that video crew was real cool. I like them, you know?
Having fun. We was on one wedding, and the groom, he was like, you got Venmo? I said, yeah. He tipped me like $300. Mind you, this midday.
Nice.
Midday. I don't even think they got married yet. We on the party bus. He's like, you know what? You having a blast. I said, man, you know what? You just paid me already?
Right.
That's a crazy tip. Anyway, he was like, what's your Venmo to my videographer? And I was like, you better tell him.
Right.
You better tell me what he sent you. He said, he sent me 150. I said, you ain't even did shit today. But personality sales.
That's true.
Like,
it's there, yeah.
They remember the experience.
Exactly. And I think, like, it's interesting. There's always, like, friendly competition, in a sense, amongst all the, you know, to me.
I'm 100% Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
Look,
I'm ready.
hey,
let's fight.
Look.
Let's fight.
So Kendrick is my favorite rapper. I think, unfortunately, I would be J. Cole in that. I feel like.
Hey, let me get
I'm like, we're just having fun. Like, I don't want to do any of this with you guys.
I like the chaos.
Yeah,
let's get it.
I like looking at it. I don't want to be in it. Because I'm like, there's room for us all. And then y'all niggas
it
like,
is
no
room, but shit, we gonna fight though.
Look, hey, I'm
dap them up after.
Exactly. Dap up after. I like a little friendly competition, and I also like even being here with you. Like, we've engaged across paths, but like we haven't really had deeper conversations at this point. Besides now, church, I'm pretty close with. Like, there's other people, but then there's like we don't have to put all these, but there's like, Splice House and like those guys or whatever. Where when I look at it, I'm like, okay. When it all boils down to it, we kind of need to be a united front that, like, the ecosystem of Black media folks need to be, like, full force, full steam ahead. And if there's anything one of us needs, it's like, I want that grouping of us to be so strong that we can fight amongst each other about who's the best, because we're still just strong enough as, like, our ecosystem of, as long as they're hiring one of us Black people, is kind of, like, what makes me happy. You know what I mean? Because I'm like, yo, and I'm like, there's, how many niggas can do this?
Oh man, way better.
Yeah, and like not even me. Like sometimes I'm like, I don't be wanting to work.
Ooh, that's me.
Like, I don't want to work.
Ooh, I do not be wanting to work. No.
And I've stopped accepting so much work too, because I'm like, I'm only gonna accept what I want to do. Because when I don't really want to do it,
when you get to that point, it's like so amazing. It's like, man, I don't have to do this video.
I don't have to. I spent the beginning of the year in Mexico City. I was like, I don't want to do winter, and I don't want to work. So I'm gonna see y'all mid-March.
When I see
I'll come back around then. When the
you.
flowers are starting to kind of come up, I'll be back. So that's what I did, and I'm gonna do it again. And people are like, no, but if you're not around, you miss out on work. I'm like, but I'll be tan. You know what I mean? I have my color to me. You know, I won't be cold. I'll be well rested. And if somebody else, one of the Kendricks, wants to take that work, I'm like,
go ahead, grab it.
Yeah,
it's cool with me.
I'm like, I'm drinking from a pineapple right now. You think I give a fuck?
You think I want to come back? Start driving, get in the car accident.
Yeah, I'm just exactly. Yeah, I'm like, have somebody wave a gun at me on 70. Like, I'm good. Like, I've been through enough. Like, you know, but
in my soft era.
Yeah, I am so like, I know it's so overused, like soft girl era, but I'm like, no, seriously, like 5 years of like entrepreneurship, being in whatever that masculine do energy. I'm like, oh, I'm over that. Like,
nah, it's terrible.
I'm over it. It's terrible. I don't want to do it. I'm like, I don't want to do it anymore.
Like, whenever I just don't want to work anymore, I'm like, let me put out another course.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's like that. And that's so smart. That's so smart. You know, I don't see myself ever doing that, but it's one of the things that I'm like, I wish I think I.
You can do it. You can do it. When I see people, it's like they're teaching people how to use a flash in like a 30-minute tutorial and selling it for like $85 a person. You got something to sell.
Look,
you got something to sell.
I think what people hit me up to pick my brain about, which, whatever, I don't like that. Like, when people are like, can I just pick your brain? I'm like, just ask me the question now.
Yeah,
ask me it now.
Now I'm saying no.
Yeah, because it's just like, tell me, like, what is it? Because I'll probably answer it, but, like, I don't want to go drive, get coffee, whatever, to answer one question that you have. Yeah, and usually it's, how do you get these bigger clients? And I'm sure people ask you that, too.
100%.
Yeah, I'm like, those are the questions. And I'm like, well, that's not an easy answer. There's a process of that. There's a way of being. There's a way of networking, like all of these things. So if I were to ever drop a course, it might be around that, of how to go from. It's
gonna make hella money.
It might, like, because I think maybe I'll do it then. Maybe I'll have you film it, because I don't want to do any of it. I don't want to edit it. I'll hire you.
We might not do it then, because I don't want to do it.
Right? Okay. Damn. All right. Whoever wants to film it, you'll get a cut of the videos. But I'm like, making that jump from videographer to director, or being on set, kind of like, you know what I'm trying to say, like something smaller versus
like you
directing
went from PA to
exactly, like how to kind of do that jump is like, and then I didn't go through the proper channels. Like, me being a director on some of these bigger commercial shoots only made sense because of like the who I knew and just kind of timing. But typically you have to be an AD and whatever, you have to go through this. So I'm like,
go through the guild,
right? So I'm like, if I would sell a course, it might be on building yourself in a way
just mapped
to do
out
that.
3 courses just that way.
Oh shit! All
That's
right,
crazy.
Damn, you about to make me rich.
Well, on that note, my friends and I is leaving because I need some of that money. You just gonna, you know what? But yes, thank you so much for coming out today.
Thank you. This is great.
We have to do this again, probably in a bigger setting.
Let's do it.
You think if we had like more people? I got 4 mics. I can do like 6 mics.
Wait, if we did like a My Friends and I, and then like an Alex on Media group, where it's like me and my niggas, like my friends and I people, maybe have Adrian and Lisa, right? Exactly, and it's just like that would be pretty fun. I think you'd see it's the yin and yang. We're even dressed kind of yin and yang-ish.
Yeah, just all black.
Oh, that's crazy. All earth tone. I love it. Anyway, yeah, I'm down. I'm down to do it. Just no cicadas.
No, absolutely.
I know.
And on that note, we're gonna wrap this up, and we will see you all on the next one.
See you on the next one. Bye.